student, we started chapter 11, the human eye and colorful world, and we have to completed the topic myopia and hypermetropia. We take a look of this topic again. Now, what is the myopia and hypermetropia? This is the difference between two defects. Myopia is also called nearsightedness and hypermetropia is also called the farsightedness. Here in this disease we can see the word near, so we can see nearer object clearly, but we do not see far object clearly, and opposite of this we can see far object and we cannot see the nearer object clearly. Now, in this defect the eye lens remains thick but do not remains the thin as per requirement, and here eye lens always thin but does not become thick as per the requirement. Image is formed before retina in this defect, and in this defect image is formed after retina. Now, to cure this defect we can use concave lens here, and to cure this defect we have to use convex lens here. Now, what is the causes? Elongation of eyeball, and here causes the eyeball become too small. Now, next disease is presbyopia. We will see that disease in detail. Next disease is presbyopia. Now, what is the presbyopia? In the old age people, this disease arises, means after 40, after the age of 40 this disease will arises. Now, what happens in this disease? The person cannot see the nearer object and far object clearly, means it suffer from both myopia and hypermetropia. Suffer from both disease, myopia and hypermetropia. So, the person cannot see nearer object as well as the far object. Now, for this person use both lenses, concave and convex lens. Both concave and convex lenses. Now, suppose these are the spectacles. Now, the upper part is made up of concave lens and this portion for made up of the convex lens. Means in the spectacles both type of lenses are used, concave and convex. From the concave lens they can see far object clearly, and from the convex lens they see nearer object clearly. Now, why this disease happen? Due to the weakening of ciliary muscles. When ciliary muscles don't do their function clearly, then this type of disease happen. Understood? Now, these all disease, myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia are cured by the contact lenses and surgery. Okay, here we completed the defects of eyes. Now, we start new topic, that is the refraction by prism. Refraction of light by prism. Refraction of light through a prism. Now, first of all, what is prism? Prism is a transparent object It is an transparent object consists of 5 faces. In these 5 faces, 2 faces are triangular and 3 faces are rectangular. Total 5 faces are there. 2 faces triangular face and 3 faces are the rectangular faces. Now, angle of prism. Angle of prism. The angle between two consecutive rectangular faces is called angle of prism. Suppose this is a triangular face of prism, then the angle between these two is called angle of prism. Consider equilateral prism. If you have equilateral triangular prism, then what is the value of angle of prism? If it is the equilateral triangle, then you know that in equilateral triangle each angle is 60 degree. So, angle of prism is 60 degree. Angle of prism is 60 degree. This all about the prism. What is prism? It is a transparent object. Transparent object made up of glass. So, there will be refraction. Now, total 5 faces are there, 2 faces triangular and 3 faces are rectangular. Angle of prism means angle between two rectangular surfaces, that is called the angle of prism. If prism is made up of the equilateral shape, then angle of prism is 60 degree. Now, most important question is refraction of light through a prism. Now, diagram is very important in this question. We will see how refraction from the prism. Before this, in chapter number 10, we already seen that refraction through a rectangular glass slab. Now, consider triangular face of prism A, B, C, correct? Here incident ray, this medium is air medium and this is the glass medium. Now, when light rays goes from air medium to glass medium, air medium means it is the rarer medium and glass medium it is the denser medium. Then we already knows the laws. When light rays goes from rarer medium to denser medium, it bend towards the normal. So, we have to draw here one normal, n dash is a normal. After refraction, the light rays goes toward the normal, move towards the normal. Again, second refraction, this is the first refraction at side AB. Now, again glass medium to air medium. Light rays moves from glass medium to air medium. Again we have to draw normal, m dash is a normal. Now, when light rays moves from denser medium to rarer medium, it goes away from the normal. here they away from the normal. Now at the surface AB, this we denote the incident ray by point ray PE. This is a Q point, F point, R, S, correct. Then here I write here, okay. What is the PE? PE, incident ray, EF, refracted ray, and FS, emergent ray. From the prism there are two refraction, from the surface AB and from the surface AC. This is the incident ray, this one is the refracted ray, and FS is a emergent ray. Now the angle between normal and incident ray, this angle between normal and incident ray, that is the angle I, angle of incidence. Angle between refracted ray and again normal, that is called angle of refraction R. Angle R is angle of refraction, angle I is the angle of incidence. And here this angle between normal and emergent ray, that is the angle E, angle of emergent. Understood? Now if the prism is not put here, then what happen? This is the path of incident ray. This is the path of incident ray, we denote here H. P, Q, H, this is the path of the incident ray. And if this ray Fs we extend backside, then meet at point G, then we get one angle, that is angle HGS, angle HGS. This angle is denoted by capital D, angle D, and this is called the angle of deviation, angle of deviation. Means this is the original path, and due to prism this path is deviated by this angle, correct. So it is called the angle of deviation. Now on which factor angle of deviation depend? Now angle of deviation is depend on angle of deviation is depend on three factor. First one, angle of incidence, that is angle I. Angle of prism, angle A, and material of prism. From that material the prism is made, on that material the angle of deviation depend on these three things. Angle of deviation depends. Okay. Now we take a look of that diagram. This is activity. Suppose P, Q, R and S are the pins. We have to put here the pins, and suppose here I means you have to observe this pin from this direction, correct? Then if you observe this pin from this direction, then you can observe P, Q, R, S, these pins, P, Q, R, S, these pins are on the same line, Why you seen this all the 4 pins on the same line? Due to the refraction. Due to prism there are 2 refraction, one from surface AB and other from the surface AC. Understood? This is the experiment. First of all, you kept this 2 pin P and Q and observe from the other side of the prism, and again you put 2 pins, pin R and S from this side, and if you observe from this side, then all the 4 pins P, Q, R, S lie on the same line. Understood? Now this diagram is very important. Here PE incident ray, EF refracted ray, FS emergent ray. Angle I is angle of incidence, angle R angle of refraction, angle E angle of emergent, and D is the angle of deviation, which depend on the 3 things: angle of incidence, angle of prism, this A angle is angle of prism, and the material of prism from that prism is made. Understood? Now today only this much. Now in next video we will see dispersion of white light by the glass prism. Thank you.